Hello students, welcome back to the accountancy session. Let us discuss the homework problems. This is the homework problem given in the previous class. It is based on source documents. First one is receipt. Name of the trading company along with the address should be written. Receipt number and date should be mentioned. Received with thanks from Mr. Loknath. Amount should be entered both in words and numerals. Bill number should be entered properly. Whether it is paid by cash or check should be mentioned. If it is check, name of the bank and the date drawn on should be entered properly. Next one is cash voucher. Name of the traders along with the address, voucher number should be entered. Paid to Ganesh Stores on account of purchase of postage and stamps. Here the postage and stamps account is debited. Amount should be filled both in words and numerals. Next one is preparation of check. The check should be crossed by writing account payee only. Date should be mentioned. Pay Manjit Rathore. Amount should be entered both in words and numerals. Account number should be entered properly. Next one is credit note. Credit note is issued during sales return. Here Ameya is returning the goods. So Ameya's account is credited. Amount is written both in words and numerals. Credit note number should be mentioned. Next one is cash voucher. Voucher number should be there. Trader's name along with the address. Paid to Mahesh and Sons Company Private Limited on account of sales. Here we are debiting the cash account. Amount should be entered both in words and numerals. Next one is debit note. Debit note is issued during purchase return. Here goods are returned to Sumit. So Sumit account is debited. Amount is mentioned both in words and numerals. Debit note number and date is entered properly. Again one more receipt is here. Same way, name of the traders along with the address, receipt number, date, amount, everything should be mentioned properly. One more cash voucher, voucher number, trader's name, address. Here we are debiting the tax account. Second homework problem is based on journal. Hope you all would have done the problem correctly. Just check your answers. First entry is cash account debit to capital account 80,000 being business commenced with cash. Purchases account debit to Mona account 28,000 being goods purchased from Mona. Bank account debit to cash account 39,000 being cash deposited into Deena Bank. Dinesh account debit to sales account 41,000 being goods sold to Dinesh on credit. Laptop account debit to cash account 30,000 being laptop purchased for cash. Mona account debit to bank account 30,000 being check issued to Mona. Wages account debit to cash account 500 being wages paid. Today we are going to learn about books of original entry or special purpose books. As the business grows and number of transactions increase, it becomes necessary for the business to divide the recording work. All the transactions cannot be entered in the journal. See, when there are more number of transactions happening in a business, everything cannot be entered in the journal book. So for that purpose, we are creating subsidiary books. So the number of transactions increase and it becomes necessary for the business to divide the recording work. This necessitates the preparation of special purpose books or subsidiary books. The books maintained are illustrated as follows. See how the subsidiary books are maintained. Cash and bank related transactions are entered in three books, namely simple cash book, double column cash book and petty cash book. In simple cash book, double column cash book and petty cash book, only the transactions related to cash and bank are entered. That too, in simple cash book, only cash transactions are entered. In double column cash book, both cash and bank transactions are entered. In petty cash book, cash payment of small account are entered. The other subsidiary books are sales book, purchase book, sales return book, purchase return book. Journal proper is also one of the subsidiary books. So here the transaction other than cash and bank are entered. So when it is credit sales, it is entered in the sales book. When it is credit purchase, it is entered in the purchase book. So what happens for the sales, cash sales and cash purchase? It will be entered in the cash book. Sales return or return inwards will be entered in the sales return book. Purchase return and return outward will be entered in the purchase return book. All the other transaction will be journal proper. So children, it is very simple for you to understand. All the cash related transactions are entered in simple cash book. All the cash and bank related transactions are entered in double column cash book. Small amount of cash payment is entered in petty cash book. Only credit sales are entered in sales book and only credit purchase are entered in purchase book. Why? Because cash sales and cash purchase will be entered in the simple cash book. Sales returns or returns inward is entered in sales return book. Purchase returns or purchase return outward is entered in purchase returns book. All the other transactions are entered under journal proper. This is for the business to make the entry in a simpler way. If all the transactions are entered in the journal proper, it will be very difficult for them to analyze. So that is why these subsidiary books are maintained. Advantages of maintaining subsidiary books. The work is divided and it leads to specialization. It is easy to maintain the ledger also, and it will be very helpful to check the frauds if anything has happened, and it is easy to fix the responsibility, and all the required information will be available at ease. Quick availability of required information will be there. Now let us discuss about cash book. Cash book shows all the transaction related to cash receipts and cash payments. Cash book serves two purposes. Since all the cash transactions are recorded first time in cash book, it becomes book of original entry. You know very well that journal is a book of original entry. Here when we are maintaining cash book, we are not recording the cash transactions in journal proper. So here cash book becomes the book of original entry. As there is no need to prepare cash account in ledger, it also plays the role of principal book. So if everything is entered in the journal proper, only cash account, cash related transaction should be maintained under a separate ledger named as cash account. But here, as we are separately maintaining a cash book, there is no need to prepare a separate cash account in ledger. What is simple cash book? All the cash receipts are shown in left hand side, that is debit side, and all the cash payments are shown in right hand side, that is credit side. The points to be noted while preparing the cash book. Cash in hand or opening balance of cash is shown in debit side of the cash book as to balance brought down. Only transaction of cash receipts and payments are recorded in this book. This book never shows a credit balance because one can't pay more than the cash he or she has. Next one is cash book with discount column. When cash discounts are allowed and received, additional columns are provided on the debit side for discount allowed and on the credit side for discount received. The discount columns in the cash book are not part of the cash book because discount account is a nominal account while cash account is a real account. On balancing the cash book, the discount columns are separately added but not balanced. So though we are maintaining a separate discount column in the cash book, it is different from the cash book because cash account is a real account and discount account is a nominal account. So this discount column should be separately balanced. Cash book with discount and bank column. On either side of the cash book, three columns namely discount, cash and bank are opened. Cash columns in such a case will record actual cash received in the debit side and payments in the credit side. Checks received should be entered on the debit side of the bank column. When it is deposited in the bank, The payments by checks should be entered on the credit side in bank column and also when cash is withdrawn from the bank. Let us discuss some important entries, contra entries. These entries affect cash and bank columns both at the same time to indicate that contra entry C is mentioned in the LF column of the cash book. So, when the entries are affecting cash and bank at the same time, we have to enter C in the LF column, which means contra entry. Entries relating to checks. When any payment is made by check, it will reduce the bank balance and thus bank column will be credited. When any payment is received in the form of check and no information about its deposit into bank is given, in this case, it is assumed that the check is deposited into bank on the same day when it is received and so bank account will be debited. When any payment is received in the form of check and it is deposited into bank on some other day, that is when two dates, one for the receipt of check and other for deposit, in this case, no entry is to be recorded at the time of receiving the check. Entry is to be made when check is deposited in the bank. Bank column is debited. Petty cash book. Business has to incur small expenses which are repetitive in nature. To save the time and efforts of head cashier, business appoints a petty cashier. He is entrusted with the duty of paying these expenses. So, the book which is maintained by the petty cashier is called as petty cash book. Impress system of petty cash book. Under this system, head cashier gives a fixed amount to petty cashier for a definite period. At the end of the given period, head cashier reimburses the amount actually spent by the petty cashier so that the same amount will be with petty cashier which he had in the beginning of the period. For example, every week the petty cashier is receiving 1000 rupees from the head cashier, and for a particular week if he is spending 700 rupees, that 700 rupees will be reimbursed from the head cashier again. So already he will be having 300 in his hand, along with the 700 he will have 1000 rupees every week, so that he will maintain the petty cash book properly. Advantages of petty cash book: saving of time and efforts of head cashier, control on petty expenses, less chances of fraud. So head cashier cannot control the petty expenses. So when we have a separate petty cashier, he will have control on petty expenses and he will check the fraud if anything is happening in the business. Next comes the purchase book. In this book, only those transactions are recorded which are related to credit purchases of goods in which the business deals in. Recording is made on the basis of bills or invoices issued by the suppliers. Transactions not recorded in purchase book. Purchase of goods for cash will not be entered in purchase book. It will be mentioned only in the cash book. Purchases of assets meant for long term, not for resale. Only the purchase of goods will be entered in the purchase book. Purchase of other assets will not be entered in the purchase book. Next one is sales book. In this book, transactions for credit sales of goods are recorded. The source documents for this book is duplicate copy of invoice or bills issued to the customers. Transactions not recorded in sales book is again sales of goods for cash which will be entered in cash book. Sale of assets which will not come under the sales book because only the sale of goods will be entered under sales book. Purchase returns or returns inward book. This book includes only those transactions which are related to return of goods bought on credit. The goods may be returned due to various reasons such as goods bought being defective, supply of inferior quality goods, etc. Entries in this book are made on the basis of debit note. A debit note contains the name of the supplier to whom goods are returned, details of goods returned. So, in the previous homework problem also we were discussing about the debit note. Debit note is prepared during purchase return. Next one is sales return book or returns inward book. This book includes all the returns by customers of credit sales of goods. The credit note is issued for recording entries in this book. The credit note contains the details of customers and goods returned. Children, hope you understood about the subsidiary books or special purpose books. Thank you.